Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us for this week's Thursday with AARP Wisconsin. I am Amber Miller, your host. Before we get to today's show, just as a friendly reminder, if you're looking for additional information on upcoming events, information about COVID, about advocacy, anything kind of under the umbrella, you can please visit the AARP Wisconsin website, which is aarp.org/WI. Also, please remember about the Community Connections initiative that started about 2 years ago. There's a couple things on there that you'll be able to see. One is volunteer opportunities within your local area that you can either join in on or start. So all that information's on there. And then also the AARP Friendly Voice Initiative. This is open to anybody, so any age. You do not need to be an AARP member, and you can actually request it for yourself or for your loved one. And what it is you can put a request in for one of our trained AARP volunteers to give you a call, because as we know, sometimes it's just nice to hear a voice on the other end. So if you're interested in learning more about either of those programs, you can go to the website below, which is aarpcommunityconnections.org, or please call 1-888-281-0145. And even though we are in a virtual world for the time being, we're always looking for volunteers to join the AARP Wisconsin family. So if you are interested in volunteering with us, whether it's through advocacy or outreach, online presentations or outreach, you can definitely find additional information at the website below, which is aarp.org. I want the number 2 volunteer. There's information on there about the opportunities and also that you can apply online. Otherwise, you can also find volunteer information at the AARP Wisconsin website, which is below. So we're excited for our guests today, because this might be a program that you have not heard of that kind of now falls underneath the AARP umbrella. But we're going to talk a little bit more about Wish of a Lifetime, which is a program that helps older adults realize their lifelong dreams and share their stories to inspire people of all ages. So we're excited to have Jared Blooomfield with us today with Wish of a Lifetime. Hello, Jared.
Hi, Amber. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know this. I am excited. Of course, you'll talk more about it, about how this program is associated with AARP. But I know this might be the first time that people are hearing about this. So if you have any questions for Jared along the way, we encourage you to post them below if you are joining us on Facebook.com or YouTube, and we will be getting to them shortly. So, Jared, if we could just kind of start off, if you could just, I kind of said a very short elevator speech on it, but can you talk a little bit more about what Wish of a Lifetime is and how it's associated with AARP?
Yeah, Amber, thank you so much for having me, and really excited to be on here and have the ability to spread the word about what Wish of a Lifetime does. So, Amber, you did a great job introducing our organization, but just to expand a little bit, Wish of a Lifetime was founded in 2008, based on the concept that we wanted to honor older adults in a new and unique way. So the way we hoped to tell their stories is through wish granting. Wish of a Lifetime granted its first wish about 14 years ago, and we've granted about 2,100 wishes since. And thank you so much for bringing that slide up. The difference between Wish of a Lifetime and like a Make-A-Wish Foundation is that not only, as Amber said correctly, do we grant wishes for people 65 plus, but the idea isn't just granting a wish for somebody that's been going through a hard time. The idea is granting a wish in order to tell these incredible stories, to connect younger people with older adults, and really change the way people view and value aging. So again, we have granted about 2,100 wishes since 2008, and we're going to get into what some of these experiences are. But our hope is through granting wishes, we're able to help older adults in the moment in order to provide a really special experience for them, and also to tell stories, just remarkable stories that change the way people view and value aging. And I'm really excited to get into some of those stories and continue to answer your questions, Amber. And, it was just flashed under the screen here. If you want to learn more and read so many of our amazing stories, visit us at www.wishofalifetime.org.
And Jared, and I appreciate the fact that you kind of explained the difference of make a wish and wish of a lifetime, because they might be thinking, oh, this is something that I can do for a loved one that, maybe towards the end of their life or going through something. And this right here is like, let's celebrate somebody in the now. Let's highlight all the goodness. So, what are some of the obstacles to wish granting, and how has Wish of a Lifetime worked to make wish granting as easy as possible for partners?
That's awesome. So that's a great question. And if we can bring up the slide about Wish of a Lifetime and AARP coming together, because I think it's really important. And it's the reason why I'm on this call today, actually. So Wish of a Lifetime tried to grant as many wishes as our small little nonprofit possibly could. That was for the first 12 years. And then flash forward to 2020 in August, we came together with AARP. We became a charitable affiliate. And what that allowed us to do is grow our ability to grant wishes. We're able to grant more wishes now than we were able to grant 2 years ago. It also provided us a great network to try to find wishes from. We never would have been able to be on this call, obviously, with AARP Wisconsin today. And so in order for us to be able to grant more wishes and tell more stories, we've created what's called a National Field Program. That's what I'm leading, which gives us the ability to go out to states all across the country and try to empower volunteers to find wishes in their local communities. And so what we've done to make this process so incredibly easy, and we've flashed our website at the bottom of the screen, so you could visit our application at www.wishofalifetime.org. It actually has a /application or submit-a-wish, but you can find it very easily on our online website. And what that will do is triggers an application that is about 5 to 6 questions to answer, asking about the older adults in your life, what their wish might be, what some of their hobbies are. And once that wish is submitted, then Wish of a Lifetime takes that application. We reach out to the older adult and we go through what's called a vetting process. So we talk to the older adult about their wish. We vet it based on our guidelines, which is really important. I'll kind of break down the 3 things that we look for here in a second. And then if that wish is granted, we're able to cover the entire wish experience for the older adult and the companion as well. And that includes food, that includes travel, that includes photography. And also in the age of COVID, it includes COVID tests, masks, potential quarantines, so on and so forth. But the way we've really tried to make this as easy as possible is by being as open and transparent about what we're looking for. And we're looking for 3 main things in a wish. And this is really important. Uniqueness. So I'll share about a couple wishes here going forward, but I think I shared this with Amber offline. I'm sure Amber would like to vacation in Hawaii. I know I would like to vacation in Hawaii, maybe Fort Lauderdale or something, but to a warm place, right? Wish of a Lifetime sends older adults, let's say, to Hawaii if they served in the military at Pearl Harbor, if they got married in Hawaii, if they have a family member in Hawaii. So, and here's Mel Heckman right now, just as a great example. So this is a wish recipient of ours who was on base on December 7th, 1941. And his wish of a lifetime was to go back to the 75th anniversary. And that's the kind of uniqueness that we look for. The second piece is sacrifice. And let's go back to that commemorating service. That's really important. We look for older adults that have given back to their country. And that doesn't just mean military. That could mean teachers. That could mean nurses. That could mean people that raised kids, helped to support the community in one way or the other. We want to make sure we're not just doing nice things for nice people, but we're doing unique things for people that have really given back. And the third thing we look for is ability level. That's really important too. I think a lot about some of the older adults that I work with that are 95 and 96 and still travel and still have a lot of friends over and are very active and drive. That's fantastic. But maybe that they aren't somebody that needs a wish as much as somebody that has isolation or has never been outside of their state or has never gone to a specific area that they've always dreamed to be. And so we're looking for unique connections. We're looking for deep service, and we're looking for ability level. We want to honor people that probably couldn't do it without our help.
And Jared, how has Wish of a Lifetime adapted to the COVID restrictions? I know you were talking about Hawaii, but how have you guys adapted during the COVID epidemic?
Yeah, so if we want to go to that, I think it's slide 10, Darren. One of my favorite wishes was a fulfilling lifelong dreams wish. And that was a category that we do to honor older adults in something that they've always wanted to do. And so it's actually not pictured in this PowerPoint, but we had a 99-year-old wish recipient who she survived and escaped Nazi-occupied Germany. Wow. And her wish of a lifetime was to go on a hot air balloon. And it fits in this fulfilling lifelong dreams section. And at 99, she felt like that was the one adventure that she had never done. And the wish came to us in 2019. And unfortunately, she fell ill. And by the time she felt healthy enough to go on the wish, it was right in the middle of COVID. And so in March of 2020, we put our wish program on hiatus. And in August of 2020, she called us and said, "Hey, I'm 99 years old. I respect COVID. I get COVID. I'm scared of COVID. But I really want us to be able to go on this wish. I'm 99 years old. How can you make it happen?" And that's when Wish of a Lifetime was really proud to lift the hiatus on wishes. And we've streamlined a program where every single wish has a COVID plan that's approved by AARP, by Wish of a Lifetime, and the family. So this includes, if you're vaccinated, travel is much easier. But even if you're not vaccinated, we're looking at COVID tests, we're looking at shields, we're looking at masks that Wish of a Lifetime organizes and pays for as well. Sometimes we've had older adults that have needed quarantines before and after. We've been able to arrange that. One of my favorite wishes was we had a older adult that wanted to go on a B-25 because his father had served in the military, and he was unvaccinated and his wife was unvaccinated, and they were not planning to be vaccinated, and they wanted to go on this very small bomber. And so there was no way for them to go on normally while maintaining social distance. And so what we did is we actually reserved the entire plane for them to guarantee that they would maintain distance and make sure it's COVID safe. So Wish of a Lifetime has the ability to be really, really creative in creating COVID safe opportunities and really being able to grant as many wishes as we possibly can, because it's been 2 really long years and we want to do it safe, but we really want to provide enrichment right now.
And Jared, I know, and I've seen your presentation before because I'm an AARP employee, and I know you gave a couple kind of examples when it comes to like the budget. So you mentioned Hawaii. I also know you kind of told of a story of a husband and wife anniversary dinner. So what is the typical like budget restrictions for Wish of a Lifetime wishes that are granted?
That's so important, because for all the listeners out there, if you get one thing out of this, I want to make sure that you don't take away and go, well, I don't know anybody that served in World War II who was on, Hawaii on December 7th. Like, our wishes really vary. Our wishes are as simple as one of my favorite, and it was a first wish that I granted, actually, was an older adult whose wish of a lifetime was to go to Red Lobster with her family. They used to always go on Sunday, and due to her health situation and due to some family actually moving, she was unable to even get to the Red Lobster and didn't have the money to pay for dinner. So Wish of a Lifetime arranged safe transportation for the older adult to go to Red Lobster, and organized a few of her friends to enjoy the dinner. Now, that whole experience is very simple. It was about $300, right? We've also sent Holocaust survivors to Israel to honor their service, to honor their loss. We've sent World War II veterans to Normandy to honor their service. Obviously, we sent, a couple of years ago, we sent 2 cousins to Belarus to see their family who they had never met. So obviously, all in with visas and flight and hotel and tour guides, that's about $10,000, right? Mm-hmm. And so Wish of a Lifetime is really proud that as long as the connection is there, we have the ability to do wishes that are really simple and are much, much more complicated and expensive.
And Jared, right now on the screen, we just had kind of renewing and celebrating passions. Can you talk a little bit about this one? This one kind of intrigues me.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, when we're going through these, we have 4 main categories. And Darren, if you want to start just at the first one, and then I'll get to renewing and celebrating passions really quick. But just so everybody knows, so Wish of a Lifetime, again, we're looking at that unique experience, sacrifice, and ability, right? And as long as something fits within that, we've been able to do a lot of different events. But we sort them just to make it really easy in 4 different categories. So Commemorating Service is honoring older adults through bringing them back together with their service, whether it's military service, if they're a nurse, bringing them back to their hospital, firefighter back to their fire station. This is honoring an older adult through bringing them back to their service experience and honoring them through that way. So if you want to go to the next one here, Reconnecting Loved Ones. This is bringing older adults together with family, friends, loved ones, pen pals that they haven't seen for many years. Typically, we were only granting wishes for people that hadn't seen loved ones in 3 or more years. But because the last 2 years have felt like about 2000, we're happy to grant wishes for somebody that hasn't seen somebody since the start of the pandemic. Now, that brings us really nicely to what you asked, was renewing and celebrating passions. So this is bringing somebody back with something that they used to love doing, but they no longer feel that they have the ability or support to do it. So the photo here is a woman named Sue, and she lived and worked on a Navajo reservation until she got older. She had kids and she had to move into the city. Sue's wish of a lifetime was to go back and feed the baby animals. That was something that she wanted to do. That was a passion of hers, but she didn't have the ability to coordinate something like that. And so Wish of a Lifetime sent her back for 10 days to feed the baby animals and live on a farm once again. Another great example that I have, this is one of my favorite wishes. We had a 95-year-old gentleman whose wish of a lifetime was to sing again. He was a performer his entire life, and him and his wife would perform all around Colorado and the Midwest. And after she passed away, he lost the confidence to sing, but he still wanted to try one more time. And so Wish of a Lifetime hired 2 students to mentor him, to sing with him. And he performed on Christmas about 5 years ago in front of 100 people, bringing him back with something that he loved so much and reminding him that it's never truly lost. So if you want to just, Darren, go to that quick next slide. And I know I talked about fulfilling lifelong dreams, about Inky's example. This is just an example of something that somebody's always wanted to do that they've never been able to do. And sometimes it's a hot air balloon. Sometimes it's flying on a bomber, right, an airplane. Sometimes it's throwing out a first pitch at a baseball game at 103 years old, which I know I'm talking to Wisconsin people here, but this was at a Minnesota Twins baseball game, which was so cool. Sometimes it's meeting a famous actor or celebrity. So I think, as you can see, the wishes really vary, but every single story is uniquely connected to a part of somebody's past.
Great. And Jared, it looks like we have a question that we'll be bringing up. Jim is asking, how can people make contributions, donations to expand this program to fulfill more wishes?
Thank you so much for asking that question, Jim. So we are a nonprofit. We are a 501c3, always looking to grow. And I think there's two calls to action here, and both can be found on our website. There's a donate link directly on our website at www.wishofalifetime.org. We are looking to grant many more wishes in 2022 than we did in the last 2 years because of COVID. So every dime helps, and we look forward to you joining our network. We're also hoping that you can bring the good word about Wish of a Lifetime to your communities, because not only are we looking for funds to grow the program, we're also always looking for great wishes, especially as we look to expand in 2022. So thank you for asking that question. Thanks for being involved in our program. We're excited to have you.
I think Amber might be frozen on the screen there.
That's okay.
So we'll move on, and I'll just pinch hit. We're kind of wrapping up the end of our show anyway. So, Jared, any final thoughts that you want to share with people? I know we had talked about the website and where they can find information, but if you want to leave people with one little nugget as they go away, what would you like to share?
Yeah. So I think what we were trying to do here is show how cool this program is, but now I want to talk about how easy the program is. And Amber did a great job at teeing me up earlier. But Darren, if you want to put my email on the screen here, our goal is that we grow our program through donations, and that we grow our program through granting more wishes. It's really important. I always say this: we are not Publishers Clearinghouse. We don't just grant one wish a year. We grant hundreds of wishes a year, and we're always looking for more fantastic wishes to come in. So we hope that you bring this information in your community. You check our website out. You email me, and I can provide you with some additional information. It's such a horrible and hard time for older adults that we're so hopeful that you can bring Wish of a Lifetime into their world and use that to better the community, better the impact that AARP Wisconsin has in Wisconsin, and Wish of a Lifetime in our mission to grant as many fantastic wishes as we possibly can.
Jared, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I do have to say, you have so much energy, and I really appreciate that, especially during these shows. You can tell that you're super passionate about Wish of a Lifetime, and I really do hope our viewers, even if you're watching this live or if you're watching this in replay, I think we can all think about one or two people in our life that fit the criteria of making a wish come true. And I really do hope our viewers, look at the website, and if they have questions, I know Darren put up your email address, but I'll leave any final thoughts or words that you'd like to leave with our audience today.
Yeah. Thank you, Amber. And again, thank you so much, Darren, and everybody for having me. This is a really exciting time at Wish of a Lifetime to have an opportunity to engage and network with you all at AARP. So I think my hope is that you get in touch with us. You get in touch with me. We're a small but mighty team. And our hope is to make this as easy and inspirational as possible. I would ask you to go to our website. I'd ask you to go to our YouTube page. I'd ask you to email me. The reason why I'm inspired is because this is inspiring. So thank you so much for sharing 20 minutes with me today. And I hope this is just the beginning of great conversations to come.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Jared, for being with us today. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. And as always, we like to talk about additional upcoming events that might be of interest to you. So this Friday, there's a Movies for Grown-Ups for the Left Hand. Upcoming Monday, what is an AARP livable community? So my counterpartner, Darren, who's also the producer of the show, will be presenting on that. Home Fit workshop on Tuesday. So if you'd like to learn additional low cost or free ways to modify your home so you can stay in there longer. Of course, that's virtual. And then Thursday, March 3rd, get organized and declutter like a pro. Monday, March 6th, sustainable living, green spring cleaning. All of those are open for website or dial the phone number below. And as we know, Small Dollar Big Impact is a monthly grant that we open up to nonprofits, municipalities, or similar. If you would like to apply for up to $1,000 grant for an idea on how to impact your community with out of the box ideas, we would love to hear from you. The next application is due March 15th. If you go to the website below, the application is there, additional information, but you can also see past winners from almost the past 2 years. So if you're looking for inspiration, we encourage you to visit aarp.org/WI and then SDBI for Small Dollar Big Impact. If you are looking for inspiration during National Women's Month, please join us next Thursday at noon, Women History Month. I apologize. We're going to be talking about Jane Jacobs. We're actually going to have 2 guests on talking about kind of her background and bio, and then also the inspiration behind Jane's walk. So we'll have 2 guests here next Thursday. It will be a live show. So of course, we're always happy to take questions live on the air. If you are watching this in replay, we always encourage you to share this video onto your social media because, of course, the information that we bring to you, we hope that you can pass along to your network. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday at noon. And until then, be safe.